Oh my God. I could weep. Hello and welcome to another video from me, Box of Demons, and we're going back old school, we're going back to VR. Well, it's kind of the future, isn't it? No Man's Sky is a title that I've been playing quite a lot recently outside of DayZ and our usual tactical shooters. It kind of really got into it. It's one of those titles where I tended to come back to it and try new things and then come back to it again, and it's really grabbed me recently, especially when it was announced that the VR title would be coming and it was free and it was integrated into the main game. Now, my HTC Vive has been on the shelf collecting dust for a very long time. There really hasn't been many titles, barring Onward, that have really kept my interest, and nothing that was certainly a AAA title. But with No Man's Sky on the horizon and told that they'd completely rewritten the code and the functionality for virtual reality, well, I couldn't resist. I'm hoping this jerkiness is because I've put the subsampling up to 200% with my beautiful RTX 2080 Ti. Wow. Right.
Radiation protection.
Right. First off the bat, ladies and gentlemen, we are here. It is silky smooth. My hands are in 1:1 real scale, which really annoys me about a lot of VR titles. And my first impression is the graphics are very low res. Now, this may be because I haven't played on the Vive for a very long time, but things in the distance up there are really on the blurry side. Wow, does this look beautiful. Silky smooth, the hands. It may stutter slightly, that's because I'm recording here in OBS. But wow, this looks like it works perfectly. So reach over your shoulder and press the right trigger button, and there we go. There it is in our hands, and wow, that looks great up close. Obviously the resolution again is brilliant up close. Failure to use the multi-tool scanner to find sodium. Now, I know quite a lot about this game from playing on the single player, but I wanted to start again in virtual reality so that I could learn it from the beginning. What excites me most about this title is the vehicles, because of course everything will be close and you'll be surrounded by those cockpits, and that's where the immersion comes from. So look at our scanner, which will be critically damaged, we know, and now we're going to have to find, is it sodium or it's one of the resources? I'm sure it will tell us. Critical damage, repair the scanner, locate resources. Well, it's ferrite dust for repairs. Move around the planet and look for resources with teleport movement. A number of movement styles, comfort options are available. Continue to learn. Now, I usually have free movement in such as games like Onward, where you just use the left mouse pad in order to be able to move around. I'm using the Vive ones that came with it, but for now I'm just going to stick with the point and click. As you can see here, we can click that with the trigger, and if I move my right arm around, that gives us the direction, as you can see, that you will be facing when you let go. It's been in a few other games, but that's very intuitive, so if you've been in VR before, that should be no issue whatsoever. Let's just jump over there and have a look at one of these green plants. Yes, we know that is a cave marrow. And what I've seen from looking at the PS VR version, as you can see, there is some low-res textures here that haven't loaded in. Now, I've had a quick little test here just to load it up to see whether it actually worked, and it is purely because I'm recording. In fact, there's a cave up there. Let's just go up there and have a look at the cave. YouTube videos are not going to do this justice, but what the YouTube videos do is they actually make things look a lot sharper and a lot cleaner. In fact, I shouldn't really be firing at these because I don't have the hazmat gloves that I'm going to need in order to be able to. It actually tells you there as well. Hazmat gauntlets are required, which is what I've just got in the single player, but I've decided to restart. Sod it. Let's just jump up. This is not a good place to be because these explode and these are going to damage the suit at the beginning straight away. So audio in this game is great. You go into the caves. Pretty much it's going to be the same audio, of course, for the single player, but the audio is really good once you crank it up nice and loud. But what we want to do is get through these first mission. We want to get to the ship and get in the cockpit, and I shall let you know how that feels when we actually get there. So let's just get ourselves some ferrite. Isn't telling me, I thought there may be a pop-up on the scanner or something to tell me how much charge this has got, as it does in the single player, but there's nothing there that I can see. So let's just click at that button there. What's becoming slightly apparent is that because I'm used to playing in 4K ultra-wide, and I haven't played in the VIVE for so long, as I mentioned, the resolution is really quite low here, which is making me wonder. I have been thinking of updating the VR headset to something that's a little bit more current. Now, the VIVE index looks good. It has got a slightly increased VOV and a slightly increased resolution, but it's the Pimax 5K Plus that's really floating my boat at the minute. I really am undecided. A lot of people have said, well, it doesn't come with headphones and it's not as comfortable. The resolution obviously is much higher than the index, but it's that FOV. Even on small, it is the same, if not, is it slightly wider than the index, and of course you have two other settings after that. And I do have a bit of a beast of a PC, so it shouldn't really be an issue to run this thing. However, I don't know what it is that's putting me off slightly. On the plus side, it is the FOV. With the massive FOV, that is where the immersion comes. Instead of looking through a diving mask, which is what it feels like for me now, I want to get that immersion where it almost feels like I have a full motorbike visor on, or almost, eventually, peripheral vision. That's what I'm thinking. So let me know what you think about the index versus the Pimax 5K. I'm not interested in the 8K because it's not true 8K, it's up-resed. So there we go, there's our first scanner. Well, I've got to say hats off to you, Hello Games, for supporting virtual reality. There are over 1 million PS VR users out there, and I don't know how many there are on the VIVE and the other headsets, but there is a lot of people out there who really, I think, bought into VR to support it, but then there wasn't enough decent titles, AAA titles, to actually want to continue down the VR road. And I know from playing in single player, this title is massive. Absolutely massive, and I can't wait to get down to the ground vehicles and the ability to be able to look around in the ship as we fly through the clouds up here, up towards one of the space stations. As you can see, that marker up there is for us to get to the ship. When we get there, we'll have a look at it. We'll get in the cockpit. But needless to say, if the resolution was 3 or 4 times higher, this game really would be absolutely stunning. And as it is, I think this will be a VR system seller. Easily, without a doubt.
Radiation protection falling. Radiation protection falling.
So there she is on the horizon, you can see her. We're getting closer, and oh my god. I'll tell you what, the first thing that's hitting me is the scale of this thing. I mean, I'm 6 foot tall, so that with my arm up, that must be at least 15, 16 foot, you can see there, quite easily. If we jump over to this jet turbine here, and let's just have a look at this in VR. It's massive. That is quite impressive. That is very impressive. Let's just move over to the side here and have another look. Yep, that side tail has got to be 25 foot high, without a doubt. Let's just have a look and jump up on top. Can we actually get on top here in VR? And then we'll jump into the actual ship and have a look. Wow, guys, this is impressive. This is impressive. Oh my god. I could weep. Oh my god, this is impressive. Now this is impressive. This is what we've been dreaming about since we were kids. Look at this. Oh my god. The immersion factor here is off the scale in virtual reality. As you can see up here, we can see the cockpit up above us. everything is crystal sharp as well, because everything is close and surrounding us. We can see the weapon systems, we can see the name there, we can see everything in this cockpit. I'm hoping that a lot of these buttons like ejector seat there and everything else will be controllable eventually, but this is what we've dreamed about since 1980, when the ZX80 came out with its 1K of memory. Look how far we've come. Wow, let's just go through and read this, and we shall continue on, but this is very impressive. I'm actually a backer for Star Citizen, but I tell you what, I know the graphics are not Star Citizen quality, but the immersion here sat in this cockpit is literally beyond words. This is absolutely amazing. This is definitely a VR system seller, and I can only imagine once we take off here up towards the space station and we can look around and fly through the clouds, the immersion factor is going to be off the scale. So we know the pulse drives are damaged, but I can see the front of the ship, I can lean around, I can look at all the cockpits. I mean, imagine that will be the radar once we're out on the atmosphere. That's the speed, that's the ship and the coordinates. These handles on the side, which it will snap. Yeah, of course, it was very, very intuitive. And these are the control. Oh my god. It's right here in front of me. It feels like I'm actually sat here in this cockpit. This is going to be for our direction, and the thrust is going to be on the left hand. This is incredible. I really hope at some point that we get radiation, or sorry, not radiation, but water and things. There's so much detail here on the cockpit. This is fantastic. All these little buttons and switches. I'm hoping that these will be interactive at some point as we get further in, because of course I've only been playing this in 2D. But the fact that I can sit here, this is fantastic. In fact, there's more immersion sat here in this cockpit than I ever had in Elite Dangerous. That's the truth, and if I pull this, that should get us back out of the ship there. But there you go, that is the Radiant Pillar. Battlefield Bad Company 1. Whoa! Oh, that's right in front of me. I never even noticed that on the ship before. As you can see, eventually, the time of day is going to change here. You can see the clouds are a little bit glitchy, but again, I think that is purely because I'm recording here with OBS. But yes, let's just get rid of that and have a little look around. You can see the dust clouds here. Maybe there is a radiation storm on its way in. Again, it's going to look a lot more clearer for you than it does for me in the headset, which is much more lower resolution. I'd say it probably looks, even with subsampling on, it probably looks at around, that's beautiful, probably looks at around 720. If I have a look at this, just listen to that. This thing in front of me. Let's get up close to it. It's massive. It won't come off on a video, but God, that's got to be 40 foot high. 40, 50 foot high maybe. But wow, I tell you what, if the resolution, someday we can get to 8K resolution and full FOV, games like this will be absolutely mind-blowing. People will lose their mind in titles like this. Just look at that. It does look like there is a radiation storm on its way in, and hopefully in a minute now the time should change. But anyway, if you're on the fence about virtual reality, this is a title that you should definitely invest in. You can see the time of day is changing here. In fact, we might have to go back to the ship and have a look at the night time at the cockpit. But yes, this is definitely highly recommended so far. But if you'd like me to do some more in this title, actually start to play it properly rather than a little look around, then do let me know. But every time I get in the cockpit, it looks amazing. I just sit here all day. In fact, I can't wait to get up to the space station and watch other real players flying in and out. And you can see up there in the distance, off planet, you can see some of the routes that the players have been taking. But anyway, I've been Box of Demons. This has been No Man's Sky on the Vive. And be a little kid again. Let your dreams come true. This is awesome. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.